Although bounty prepping seems to stem a lot of arguments between players inside of the Destiny community, at the end of the day, you can either do it or you don't. But if you have clicked on this video, it's probably because you want to bounty prep for the final shape, or you simply want to leave a hate comment. Either way, just make sure you hit that subscribe button on the way down to the comment section. Either way, in today's video, I want to make a complete breakdown and guide on exactly how and why you should be bounty prepping for the final shape. The final shape is the biggest DLC we have ever got in Destiny 2, and with that should come a massive storyline and also a huge new raid to experience. So being prepared for this DLC is very important. And of course, bounty prepping is the way you can do it. With Destiny 2 being quite stale at the moment, I imagine a lot of players are taking breaks or they're just not playing the game as much. So now would be a perfect time to jump in, start your bounty prep early, and just take the rest of the season off until the final shape launches. So let's get straight into bounty prepping. I'm going to leave timestamps in the video for certain audiences because this might be a longish video. For all you veterans in the video who just want to maybe learn a thing or two about bounty prepping, you could probably skip some of the intro of this video to the parts where I start breaking down each bounty. However, if you're new to bounty prepping or you just want to watch a YouTube video about Destiny, let's start from the start. What is bounty prepping? Bounty prepping is where you stack upwards of 60 bounties from the previous season in Destiny 2. If you complete a bounty in Destiny, it just sits in your inventory forever until you actually claim it. Now what you can do before a new season launches is grab as many bounties as you possibly can in game, and obviously finish them and hold them in your inventory until the new season drops. Once the new season is dropped and you have achieved the brand new artifact, you can then claim all of your bounties from the last season, which in turn will reward you with hundreds of thousands of XP points. This will then give you a massive chunk of levels in both the Battle Pass, the new artifact mod, and also the bonus light levels. You can stack 60 plus bounties per character, meaning you can hold upwards of 180 bounties on all 3 characters. Doing this is almost a must do for any Destiny 2 content creator and also anyone who is wanting to get a good start in the next season, or they are just wishing to do the brand new day 1 raid, or of course anyone who's just bored in Destiny 2. How do you actually bounty prep? So now that you know what it is, let's start on how you can do it. It's very simple. Just pick your main character, whether that's a Warlock, Titan, or Hunter, and start stacking bounties and finishing them, but don't claim them. It's that simple. But there is an art to it, and different bounties grant different XP ratings, and since you want to be the most efficient, I'm going to break down the best bounties to get. One thing to note is that you can do this on all 3 of your characters. Doing this will reward you in the most amount of possible XP, and this will also share the XP across all 3 characters. So let's say you claim all your bounties on your Warlock on day 1 and you get up to level 10 in the Battle Pass. If you go and then claim all of your bounties on your Hunter and your Titan and then switch back to your Warlock, you will still get all those XP points in the Battle Pass and also the Artifact mod. Which bounties give the most XP? In Destiny 2, there are 3 distinct types of bounties. Number 1, we have weekly bounties. These will give you the most amount of XP, but they are also the hardest to complete. You can tell which one is a weekly by the XP reward. It should say XP++, but it will also say it's a weekly bounty. The second bounty is a daily bounty. These give around middle XP and should be done second to weekly bounties. You can tell what this bounty is from the XP reward. It should just say XP+, but it will also say it's a daily bounty. And of course, the last bounty is a repeatable bounty. You pretty much don't want any of these in your inventory, as these grant the least amount of XP. Another reason you don't want any of these in your inventory is because there is enough weekly and daily bounties to fill your inventory without even having to worry about getting repeatable ones. You can tell which one is a repeatable bounty by the XP reward. It should just say XP, and of course it'll say it's a repeatable bounty. Which bounties do I get? As I stated just before, you want to focus on getting every single weekly bounty possible before moving on to any daily bounties. And of course, you don't want any repeatable bounties. There is only a certain amount of weekly bounties in the game, and you want to get all of these first before moving on to daily bounties. In the description below, I'll leave a link to a website that's called Destiny Recipes. This is the perfect website to use if you're planning on bounty prepping. It's almost like this website was created to actually bounty prep. there is literally a whole tab on preparing for the next season. As you can see on my screen right now, it literally lists every single bounty in the game in order of XP points that you should obviously be getting in this specific order. Each bounty will also light up once you actually have it in your inventory. As you can see for most of my characters here, it's all grayed out because I actually haven't started my bounty prepping yet. So instead of me actually listing every single bounty in order that you should go and get and then farm, that would be extremely boring. I'm just going to leave a link to this website down below that you can click on and go in your own time. You can go throughout and do every bounty in this order to get the maximum XP gains. These guys have already done all of the hard work for you. Notable bounties that aren't actually listed. There is quite a few things that I want to mention that haven't been listed on this website. This specific list on this website only shows the weekly bounties for that said weekly reset. There is a few vendors in the game that actually have rotating weekly bounties that can be picked up every single week. As an example, we have Petrovenge in the Dreaming City. Petra actually has 6 weekly bounties that rotate on a week by week rotation. So in order to min-max your XP gains, you're going to have to go to Petra every single week over 6 weeks and pick up each weekly bounty. Each of these bounties is one of 6 Ascendant challenges, and all you have to do is do all 6 Ascendant challenges. So like I said, on this list, it actually only shows Petra as having 2 weekly bounties, but in total, she actually has 7. Another example of this is Hawthorne in the Tower. Now, Hawthorne actually has 8 weekly clan bounties. But unlike Petra, these clan bounties don't have any specific order, and every single weekly reset, one of the 8 randomized ones will come up for grabs. So you want to get in there and start grabbing them from Hawthorne as soon as you possibly can. Just remember that she has 8 total weekly bounties. Another notable mention is on the moon, don't forget both Eris and also the Lectern have 2 weekly bounties each, giving us 4 total weekly bounties from the moon. A lot of players actually forget that the Lectern actually sells bounties, and 2 of them are definitely weeklies. And the final thing that I need to mention is the vendor on Europa, Varix. Now Varix has 4 weekly bounties, however only 3 of these are actually rotating. So just make sure you have 4 weekly bounties from Varix on Europa. How many bounties should I have? So if you've gone and got every single weekly bounty in the game according to the list and also my recommendations, if my math is correct, and there's a high chance it's not, you should have exactly 31 weekly bounties. This is the most weekly bounties you can get per character. Now, as you may know, in Destiny, you can hold a total of 63 quests and bounties. So depending on what your quests are and what you have in your quest log, you should try and fill the rest up with daily bounties. So these range anywhere on the map from Vanguard to Crucible or simply on random planets. Now another thing that is very important before I start wrapping this video up is you want to save at least 2 or 3 slots in that quest log for when the new season drops. If you have 63 out of 63 in your quest log full of bounties, when the new season launches, I have heard rumors that players have actually not gotten the new seasonal quest line. This is because their quest log is full of bounties and they join the season and they simply can't do anything because they can't have room for the new quest. So what I like to do is just leave a couple slots spare. I usually go 60 out of 63, or if you want to be extra safe, you can even drop a couple more and just go like 58 out of 63. How to be most efficient. In order to be as efficient as possible, you need to clear out your quest log as much as possible. If you don't need any more engrams from past seasons, make sure to delete the legacy artifact items. If you have any small gifts from the Dreaming City, make sure to delete them, and of course finish off any exotic catalyst or quests that you may have left. You want to make as much room as possible to fill up that quest log with bounties. But anyway, Guardians, that will wrap the video up there. Thank you so much for watching. If you did enjoy this video, feel free to drop a like, subscribe, comment down below. Hopefully you guys learned something for this and you are definitely on your way to start bounty prepping for the final shape. Again, thank you so much for watching and I'll see you in the next video. Later.